Well, hello all. I hope things are going well with you. Here we are in the middle of week two, fully online week, and we are essentially defining diversity. And honestly, we spent a lot of time in our first class talking about diversity, and some of your projects that you had uploaded truly reflected your thoughts about that. And many of you had thought that, hey, just like in many other countries, English should be um, maybe not a primary, but a secondary language, depending on where your native orientation is from. And you should be able to speak more than one language. Predominantly, for many of you, it might be Spanish. Maybe it's French. Maybe it's Italian. But the idea is to say, okay, if you want to be here in the United States, you only speak English, and that's not right. So I agree with a lot of your threats and what you had said. The other thing is, we talked about the roles of self concept, you know, self esteem. And we touched upon, I believe, even in our first class, we touched upon Maslow's pyramid, hierarchy of needs. And certainly, we were very familiar with what it meant to be looking at your higher order needs. We differentiated ego from egotistical. They are entirely two different things. Your ego is your passion, how you feel about what you do. And it talked about self efficacy and personality dimensions. So you got a lot of that out of this second week. The other thing you looked at was Kolb's Learning Styles Inventory. And what was that all about? Well, everybody has a different way of learning. Many people learn in different modalities. How you learn in your comfort zones are really based upon your success rates in whatever it is you do for a living. And even could include your personal life. What's that balance between how you learn and why you learn what you learn? We also talked about emotional intelligences. People have different skills, different intelligences. Some people have the ability to look at the big picture and be able to dissect it very quickly. These are people that are usually heads of departments or companies. And finally, we looked at emotions and positive actions in the workplace. A lot of times it's difficult to differentiate your emotions and your social competence, how you work with others, than your skill sets. Your skill sets only talk to your mental and physical contributions to the organization, but how you interact with other people, how you're able to share your skills with others, a lot of that depends on how you set your emotions in the company. So hopefully you got a lot out of this week. I kind of just wanted to summarize things. Remember to get your posts up. You're also talking about um, what you're going to do for your final paper assignment. And I will see all of you this coming Saturday. Hopefully, if there isn't another blizzard, winter just won't seem to go away. But this coming week is going to be very interesting because as you're developing your paper and as you're doing your different things, we're going to be talking about communication, how important it is to connect perception and how we process information, how we stereotype others, how our behavior is largely based on our perceptions. There's different ways of communicating, using verbal and nonverbal styles. What about our ability to listen? A lot of people like to do that, but a lot of people don't like to listen. Listening is just as important, as if not more important, than speaking. And we're going to be looking at different types of assumptions that we create, different types of communication tools that we use, and how we best apply them in the workplace. So, get your assignments in on time. I'll be correcting whatever I have shortly, and you know how to reach for me. Just tell me you're from Wentworth, you need help, and I'm there to help you. Have a great week, guys. Professor DeChico.